Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I'm your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start this episode the same way we start every episode off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
How's she cutting, me loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, and we're back. I'm excited about today's guest because it's a complete stranger, and those are my favorite people to meet, honestly. And she's got two businesses that she's talking about. Both I've got loads of questions for. So, as you know, I don't introduce my guests. I let them do that themselves. So on that note, can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
All right, my name is Darlene Scharf. I'm a full-time makeup artist here in Fort McMurray, and I also am co-owner with my husband of YMM Crystals.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to jump into the one that I want to start talking about first.
Cool.
Is the crystals.
Okay.
So explain this to me.
Okay.
Because you have celebrities who have crystals, and you have people in town that I know who have crystals.
Yes.
And you've got different energies. Go on, Tanner.
I also know some people with crystals, and I would like to know the difference between yours and theirs.
That's right. And different crystals do different things.
Yes.
And I've literally somebody has given me a rock, basically,
Yeah.
hold this rock in your hand, and you're just like, okay, it feels like a rock.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, now hold this crystal in your hand, and it's going to do or make you feel X, Y, and Z. And then you put it in your hand, you're like, what the heck is going on here?
Yes.
So please, let's start at ground zero. What are crystals about, please?
Crystals, for me and for a lot of other people, are really great healing tools.
Mm-hmm.
And they can heal you physically, and they can help heal you emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of different information that you can get about that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the crystals that you guys have,
Yeah.
I've seen people who have these big crystals in their house, and there's
Yep.
they're geodes. Are geodes? Is that the right word?
Geodes, yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
me killing it.
Oh,
Geodes.
yes.
But then I have seen people who have crystals in their rings or their necklaces.
Yep.
So how does that work? If it's something that's large and it's in your house, does it have the same
it'll
effect?
help take up the space, if you will.
Okay.
Certain crystals you want to keep at your workstation because it helps with things like your intellect or creating new ideas, being creative, that sort of thing. So that's the ones I have in my office.
Right.
And then there's other ones you're going to want to have next to your bedside. That's really going to help calm you down, calm your thoughts, get you into a good, dreaming, resting space.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to crystals, and this might be an ignorant question just because I don't know, how many crystals are there? There's categories of crystals?
Oh, there's
the colors
thousands.
are
There's
okay.
there's no way for me to even know all of them. I do
Right.
a lot of research.
Yeah.
There's so much behind it in different parts of the world. There's different crystals and stones, rocks, whatever you may call them. To me, they're crystals. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's just
Right.
the name I prefer.
Yeah.
But different places in the world have different ones that can
Okay.
help with different things. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to it. A
Yeah.
lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, no doubt. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Now, and once again, you hear stuff.
Yeah.
With these crystals, some of them need quote unquote charging, or maybe all of them need
Yes.
charging. I don't know. But the moon charges it, the sun
Yes.
charges it.
Yes.
How does that work?
So literally just if it's going to be a full moon, leave them outside on
Right.
a little table or something, leave them in your windowsill, wherever the moon can charge.
Right.
Just like anything else that, you use your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You use that, now it needs to charge to continue to work.
Right.
So it's
Or
kinda
your
the
body.
Yeah.
Or your exactly.
you
You
sleep,
fuel,
right.
you fuel all these
Yeah.
things. Some crystals can be used and recharged with water. Other ones cannot because they'll disintegrate.
Right.
So you definitely, if you're going to go the water route, do your research about what crystals you're going to
Right.
charge that way.
That's right.
And cleanse that way. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
How did you get into crystals?
A really good friend of mine, actually. I'm a person that feels a lot of things, and I definitely take on other people's energies and stuff. Like if someone comes into a room, I can kind of know how they're feeling without even looking or knowing that a person came into a room.
Right. Right.
So she made a suggestion that I should get some smoky quartz, wear it as protection to try and just have my own emotions and not take on other people's, to help me with that.
Okay.
And the rest was
And you went down
history
that
for
rabbit
me.
hole. Okay.
Rabbit hole.
So how did you and your husband, you said?
Yep.
How did you decide, or why did you decide to start a business? Where can people find your business? How can they get in contact with you?
Good question. So you can find us on Instagram right now. We are working on our webpage. We just launched last November. So we're fairly new here to town. So it's YMM Crystals for those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
And he's encouraged me for a while
Yeah.
because I've been using them to heal myself, our kids.
Great.
And he started seeing, at first he was like, I don't know. And then he started seeing the magic
Yeah.
and how it can help,
Yeah. The benefits that
the
they brought.
benefits that they can carry, and
Okay.
seeing it literally before his eyes. So
Very cool. How long have you been in Fort McMurray for?
15 years.
15 years. Okay. Where are you from before?
A little bit of everywhere. I've lived, I was born in Ontario. I'm from Newfoundland at the same time. I grew up there.
Okay.
I lived in the Yukon.
Oh, neat.
I know it was
Okay.
really, it was random, but I remember a lot about it.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had. I can't remember any guests that have vocalized being from the spending any time in the Yukon.
Yeah, I think you might be the first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any vocalizing at least.
that's right.
It was cool. It was cool.
Okay, so now let's transition into your other business, which is
Makeup.
makeup.
Yeah.
So let's chat about, like, how does that start for you?
That started, I've been doing people's makeup for 20 years. I just wasn't getting paid for it before.
Right.
So when I first got here, I worked at Syncrude, and it was great. And then I had babies, and I wanted to be able to be available for them and be at home. And I was like, well,
Right.
what do I want to do? What brings me joy?
Yeah.
And making people feel good is what brings me joy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with a lot of encouragement from lots of people in my life,
Yeah.
I started the business almost 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so me and Tanner are both dudes.
Yep.
Not to say dudes don't put on
Sorry.
makeup, but I don't
These
put on
dudes
makeup.
do not.
These dudes don't put on makeup.
Yeah.
So services, like,
What services?
what service? Because in my head,
Yep.
I see two very easy revenue streams:
Yes.
weddings
Yes.
and graduations.
Yep.
So, but there's got to be so much
There's
more
so
that
much.
I'm like unaware of. So, like, what
Yes.
are like reasons or events that people will call you to help you out with?
Obviously, weddings, graduates,
Yeah.
date nights out,
Nice,
galas,
right?
maternity photos, newborn photos, lifestyle photos, family photos.
Right.
Whenever you just need a really good pick-me-up, there's nothing that a little bit of war paint can help with that.
Some girls get it done, like they get their nails done too. Like
Yes, absolutely.
Or like you get your haircut done, like you
Yeah.
know how you just go because you enjoy the environment of the barbershop.
Facts.
Yep.
Some people just go and get their makeup done because they enjoy the environment of having somebody do their makeup.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, I go to the barbershop once a week. Big shout out, Thickwood Barbershop, Allie and the boys, next to the Black Horse. I go there once a week, sometimes more than once a week, just to hang out and be in that
Yeah.
environment, and like to get my head shaved. I can do it myself, but they do a way better job than I can. Or the beard trimming and stuff. Like, I just like hanging out with the fellas, and then
Yeah.
you get to leave and you feel good.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
is it this? Does it transfer the same when it comes to
Yeah,
makeup?
absolutely. And I have a lot of regular clients that literally they don't own a stitch of makeup, and for the once a month or once every couple months they go out, and if they feel like they want to,
Right.
put a little makeup on, feel a little better, and
Yeah. There
then
you go.
they show up and we make that happen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to makeup, I used to work at Superstore, and when I was a kid, teenager,
Yeah,
and there was
cool.
like the makeup area in there.
Yes.
And so I remember like walking around it and like looking at the prices every once in a while. And you're bored at the store, you check prices.
Yeah.
If you're ever on like one of those game shows that's gonna ask, you need to know this kind of stuff. And it always blew my mind how expensive this stuff is. So as a professional makeup artist,
Yes.
when people come, do they come with their special makeup that they like to use, or do you have your own products that you say, hey, these are what I'm using? Like, how does that work?
So there are clients that have maybe a particular lip shade that they just like, but for the most part, I have everything that
Right.
anyone could ever want.
Yeah, I'd assume. Yeah.
As much as I can, it's just like anything else, as time goes on and new products are developed and created, different trends and that sort of thing, you got to stay on top of that.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I do my best to bring all that in
Cool.
and have that as an option.
Now, in regards to like products, are there like, me and Tanner, we always joke, well, not joke about, he's very serious about brands when it comes to
Yes.
camera gear.
Yes.
So like there are certain brands that are in theory, not all brands were created equally.
No, for sure.
Is that the same thing that you find in like the products that you were purchasing? Certain brands you find just
So I'm not
work better?
I'm not a brand.
Yeah.
I'm talking with my hands.
That's right.
Sorry, you can.
Hey,
probably
the
see
cameras are there. I can
Oh
see it.
yeah, okay. So I'm not brand loyal.
Right.
To anyone, there are favorites that I have.
Right.
I really like Scott Barnes a lot, Natasha Denona, Charlotte Tilbury. I also, when it comes to the drugstore side, I really like Maybelline. Maybelline's great, and that's drugstore prices.
Maybe there's Maybelline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good marketing on that brand. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. There is definitely a variety. I think every brand has something really great to offer.
Right.
Like there hasn't been a brand that I've tried that doesn't have something to offer, a great product to offer.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Now, for the younger girls who are starting, or guys, everybody puts on makeup now, so
Yes.
gender, whatever.
Yeah.
How can they get involved with this? How did you get involved with this? Is this something that like you find people come in and ask you for mentorship, or they come in and you do their makeup and
I
they're
teach
asking you
makeup
questions?
lessons. Yeah.
Oh, you do teach makeup lessons?
I do teach makeup
Oh,
lessons.
cool. Okay, let's promote the crap out of that.
Yeah.
So tell me about that, please.
So there's honestly every makeup lesson is kind of customized to what that person needs.
Yeah.
With a younger crowd, I've offered online free Zoom classes to kids
Okay.
before, and I like to do that in the winter, so that'll
Right.
be coming up soon too.
Very cool.
Yep. And I always include a little bit of skincare, hygiene, the basics.
Yeah.
The basics. And then usually it's a lighter makeup application that, I teach them how to
Yeah.
put a little bit of eyeshadow and
Right.
a little bit of foundation if that's what they need. But
Yeah.
usually, honestly, younger kids don't.
Yeah.
It's not something I encourage.
Right.
Because their skin's great. They
Their
have
skin's
nothing.
great.
Their skin is great.
Yeah.
They got nothing to worry about.
That's right. Well, skincare is important. You got to like wash
If you
your
want
face,
your makeup to look
exfoliate.
good,
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
take care of your skin. That's my first tip.
100%.
Have a skincare routine.
That's right. You got to do it. I know I have one.
Yep.
So
Of course you do, Elliot.
Of course I do.
You were taught one.
yeah, well, it's one of those things where it's interesting in regards to like I'm colored.
Yeah.
Shocker. But
Surprise,
I find-
everybody.
Yeah, but I find that most cultures that have pigment, like there is a skin routine that's kind of like built in just from birth in regards to like you
Really?
need to put lotion on, you need to like do these things. It's just like
Colored people like habitually put lotions on their babies and stuff like that.
100%. So
Yeah.
it's like it's a built-in routine. And so, anyways, growing up in Fort McMurray, having predominantly like white friends,
Yeah.
like it's shocking to me like how they have no idea
To take care of their skin.
take care of their skin. I'm just like, this is just like common
Dove,
knowledge.
Dove bar of soap and shampoo in the shower. That's
Yeah,
what you
so-
The
skincare.
4-in-1.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's shocking to me. And I think that's great that you have a course where like at least you're teaching even that fundamental step
Yes.
will progressively like,
Clean your brushes, people.
yeah, cool.
Clean your brushes. I try. That's the first thing I tell
Yeah.
people. I'm like, clean your brushes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're at the part of the show where Tanner has a segment. It's called the Mac City Minute.
Excellent.
I don't know what he's going to ask you. I wish you nothing but the best of luck, Tanner.
Oh, thank you.
Hit her with the Mac City Minute.
Alrighty, question number 1. What is your favorite crystal and what does it do?
Ooh, right now I'm really into blue lace agate, which is a really good calming one, really good peaceful crystal. And that's
Okay.
what I'm into. I'm a
Okay.
busy mom. Yeah, carry on.
Oh.
Question number 2. What is your favorite part of teaching people about the things that you're passionate about?
I like to think that I can hopefully make people feel better and feel good, in any, whether it's makeup or with crystals. And yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Question number 3. What is your favorite part of helping somebody find the right crystal for them?
Ooh, I actually just recently helped a lady who hasn't been sleeping because she had a great loss in her life, and it's been a year. And I made some suggestions and provided her with some crystals and stuff, and she's sleeping now for the first time in a year since that loss. And the fact that I can help someone with that, like, God, I'll cry.
Yeah.
That's all I ever want to do. So
Question number 4. What is the big thing about Fort McMurray that has kept you here?
the community, our community, there's so much love, and we come together. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
And your final question. What is the craziest story you have from doing people's makeup?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a good question.
Which one are you going to pick as the answer?
The craziest thing. I really, you know what? You have me on the spot. Ask it again. Ask it again.
What is the craziest story you have from helping people with their makeup?
Okay. I know the one I'm going to tell you. It's so funny. I did someone's makeup. She then traveled to Las Vegas. And 2 days later, she FaceTimed me after having a couple drinks. And she was FaceTiming me from a rooftop. And she's like, my makeup's still going strong.
Yeah.
And FaceTiming, and her lashes were still on. It was amazing. They were blowing in the wind up on the rooftop. It was good.
A testament to your skill.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And those have been your 5 questions.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've had to put up makeup twice in my life.
TV?
No. And my mother is going to hate this story. But hey, whatever. Sorry, Mom. And my mom does watch this show, so she will see this.
That's fantastic.
Leading up to graduation grad photos,
Yes.
I went out and I partied hard. And I ended up throwing up. And I threw up so violently that I blew the blood vessels in my face.
My gosh.
And so my mom was just like, you can't take your grad photo looking like that. And so I was just like, yeah, okay.
Someone
So
beat
she
you up.
touched me up and I went in and I took the photos. And anyway, so fast forward a few months later, you could take grad redos. You could do like a secondary photo. So my mom's like, you're going to these redos. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, Mom. By mistake, went out again and did the exact same thing. And my mom was just like, I'm going to kill you. So touch up again. So if you see my grad photos,
No judgment.
I look great.
Oh,
But
that's
I look
good.
great. But it's because my mom touched me up with
She
some
saved the
makeup to
day.
like, oh, it was horrible. It was like literally like my whole
You look
face.
like
so.
you got beat up maybe. a
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, no, because like when the blood vessels burst,
Yep.
it was like individually. It looked like a bunch of red freckles. Like
Oh
it
my
was,
goodness.
it was a bad look. So those were the 2 times in my life where I've had to put on makeup. Grade 12, 18 years old.
What about Halloween though?
I've never put on makeup for Halloween. I've never,
I haven't either.
like, I'm not a,
We need to work on that.
yeah, my costumes have been pretty basic when I dressed up for Halloween. No makeup, but I guess I could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Something
Yeah,
different.
maybe we'll enlist your services for this Halloween.
I think that'd be really
Very
fun.
cool.
The fun thing about those kind of shows is that I can be in whatever costume I want. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what Tanner looks like.
Yeah, we joke. I'm up like 6'5" Jack Black guy and like a 5'2" white midget. Like nobody knows.
No one knows. I like it.
So, with your crystal business,
Yeah.
and your makeup business, how and where can people find you? Is this, I have to assume, makeup? You must have a place where it's well lit and people come and see
Yes. Yep. So I work from home,
you. Okay.
but I also travel to, you have weddings, photo shoots.
Right. That must be cool when somebody's like, "Hey, I'm getting married in like Edmonton or Cologne or somewhere. Can you come?" You're like,
It's pretty much,
"You pay, I'll come."
the mountains are magic. We live in
Yeah.
Alberta,
No doubt.
and getting to do what I love and getting to go and travel to just be asked is an honor.
Yeah,
Anyways.
that's right.
And then when you get to go to those places, it's a big honor when someone wants to not only just ask you to be a part of their wedding, but then ask you to travel for it.
That's right.
Because they want you there on that special day.
That's right.
It's a very big
huge.
honor, and I take it very seriously, for sure.
Doubt. Okay,
Yeah.
so they can come to your home business, and or you would travel, depending
I
on.
absolutely travel all the time.
And then as far
Or
as
if someone just has a baby. And,
that's right. You'll go and help them there.
Yep, for sure.
Okay. And when it comes to the crystal business, how can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, and we're working on the website right now.
Right. And so if there's a consultation, they come to, it's a home business, that's where they find you, or you go to their house?
I honestly do a lot of consultations, video chat right now.
Okay.
Not that I'm opposed to people meeting me and stuff,
That's
but
right.
YMM Crystals is solely online.
Online.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I feel bad for the guests at home because I got so many more questions for you, and they're not going to hear them. That being said, please, please, please come back again and again. Anytime that you're doing anything or you want to chat or just hang out with me and Tanner, you are more than welcome to come back as many times as you want.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Now, before I cut you loose officially, though, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug before they leave. So you got the mics, the camera, and the lights on you. Have fun.
All right. Well, our next collection, the date isn't going to be launched, but I'm going to let you guys know that is something very close to Fort McMurray's heart for YMM Crystals.
Okay.
And I guess for the makeup business, I'm booking into 2023 for weddings. I do have some dates available for this year still, but still starting to book into 2023.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank
This
you.
has been a lot of fun.
This is good.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. That's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. Hopefully you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.
How's she cutting me, loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show. I said this. That's another Mac City Morning Show done.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.